Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and once again I'm here with Landon with Prestige Custom Builders. And Landon, we made it through hurricane season, knock on wood, or I hope we have. Some stuff's piddling around out there, but we're in our slower time of year.
Yeah.
I say slower, you and I were just talking and you said, man, it's not letting up.
Well, we've got projects that, customers we've been talking with for over a year now that are now looking to get started on their projects.
So they're ready next spring.
Yep. So we're working through those projects right now, and so we'll be starting those new houses there. But right now, kind of like what you said, we made it through hurricane season with no harm. I don't even know that we got anything in the Gulf that really.
We haven't had anything hit the U.S. I don't think.
Yeah. So that's good. So now we can move into our regularly scheduled programming, which is just the fall season, which down here in Bolivar, if you've never experienced it, I always say kind of October to February is kind of our slow time, but it's really, a good relaxing time and a time in which, a great time to be able to get some of the, the things that need to be done that you found during the summertime that you painting wise or,
banisters,
decks are a thing that you start to spend that time during the summer outside, and you start looking at it now like, okay, let's go ahead and get this freshened up before springtime hits.
Especially if it's in the rental pool.
Absolutely. You're not getting a ton of traffic right now. You're not getting even if it's a second home, you're probably not coming down here that much during this time frame. So go ahead and get it taken care of now so that when springtime does roll around, you're able to kind of come back down and relax and enjoy it, not have to work on it. And really just kind of plan out for the year.
And this sort of goes back to your inspection.
Yeah, the preventive maintenance plan.
Preventive maintenance plan. If you have a home down here and you really don't know what all to look at, you can look and see it needs caulking and maybe some painting, but in order to dive deeper, into the roof and the banisters and the handrails and the bolts even underneath the house, that's when you can call you and you
Absolutely.
Can come out and set up on a yearly or a quarterly deal.
It's kind of why this whole program was kind of set up, and we really kind of put some thought into it of how we were going to do things and when we were going to inspect those things. Is really just the preventative side of things. Like stop being so reactive to a problem. That's you get to the second home, you or even a rental, you become reactive to what is going on. So instead of fixing things now, you're going to fix things in March, April, May, and people are going to be renting. You're going to have renters there, and you're going to have workers there. And how do you find time to be able to do that? And what does it look like from a work standpoint down here on the peninsula? Are we busy again? Are we slow and dead? It's just one of those deals of if you just go ahead and do the preventive maintenance type setup. You don't have to worry about it. It's already taken care of, and we already inspect those things and make sure that everything's good to go.
Well, especially if you're wanting to do painting outside. We've had very little rain down here, and I'm scared what's going to happen is once we get to January, we're going to have those days where we go a week or a week and a half with heavy fog or rain.
Or the high winds.
Or the winds, and you can't paint. And so the weather's good now, and so get your outside stuff done now while you can, and then when weather turns bad, you can always do, or the contract. A lot of, I don't know about you, but a lot of people will hold inside work for when the weather changes. I don't know if you do that.
We don't do it, but it's one of those deals. I know what you're talking about, and truthfully, you said outside paint right now. Outside paint right now is perfect. We're not high in humidity.
Right.
We're dry. We're not cold. We're not extremely hot.
No wind. Wind hadn't been
Wind
that
hadn't
bad.
been crazy. I mean, we roll everything anyways, but right now would be an optimal time to do exterior painting because you have a lot of elements that are playing into your favor. You start getting into December and January and February. I mean, there's some days where you can't paint outside. I mean, the temperatures in which the manufacturer's specs do not allow you to paint during certain degrees. You get those days where nobody wants to be up on a ladder, a 40-foot ladder, when it's blowing 25 and it's 40 degrees outside. I met a couple this past week. They were out of Maine and they were down here and they were talking about how they love the weather. You know, they don't want to go back because they don't want to go back to the cold. And I said, well, it does get cold down here. I said, a relative cold for us. I said, but whenever it's 25 mile an hour winds and it's 45 degrees outside, I don't care where you are, it's cold.
Especially with the humidity.
Yes.
You know, a dry cold
it's still cold though. It's still
cold, but
you don't want to be working
here,
outside.
Right.
You know, and that's, you know, when I talk to people about new builds, we always kind of talk about when's a good start time. I'm like, you don't want to be doing a bunch of outside work December, January, February.
Right.
If you are, just wait for some slowdowns because you're going to run into some times in which people just can't do it. So great, like going back to this, make a full circle, going back to the remodel time, this is a great time to start doing remodels, taking a look at some of those outdoor projects that you want to get done. Get them done before the cold gets here, and then, you know, be able to enjoy it whenever the springtime hits.
And it's when we're talking remodel, it could be light fixtures, it could be faucets and all that, you know, brushing up on the exterior of the house, making sure everything's ready to go for the season next spring. So, Landon, if people want to get hold of you, what's the best way to get hold of you?
Give me a call, 409-313-3383, or go to our website and fill out the contact form there. That goes directly to Allison. Allison will be able to reach back out to you. Set up an appointment or a consultation, phone call, Zoom, whatever it is that you want to do. Then we'll just kind of move on from there and get that, you know, get that first meeting scheduled up, and then we'll be able to work on.
Great, great. Well, for more information, make sure you check out their website. They've got a great website with a lot of information. Sign up for their newsletters also, because they periodically send out great information through their newsletters and let you know exactly what you might need to be looking for in your home or maybe a new product. So Landon, thanks for joining us today. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Video equipment is sponsored by Crystal Beach Decor and More, located at 1959 Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas, and Beachy Beatnik Boutique and Jewelry, located at 970 Surfside and Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas. Thank you to these two businesses for being our 2025 video equipment sponsor for Bolivar Live.